Hello and welcome back to my channel. I am so excited to talk about my July TBR. Summer just makes me so happy. So I am excited to be in July. I'm excited to see how my July reading will shape up. Now, if you've seen my last couple TBR videos, they have been chaotic. And I think that I have a little bit better grasp on what I want to happen for my TBR, but I'm still very much trying to figure that out. So before I get to that section, let me first talk about the books that I'm currently in the middle of. I am still in the middle of My Friends by Frederick Bachman. I took this on our trip and I was planning to read this on the airplane. We were flying to France, so I was like, all that airplane time, I can knock it out. I did read it some. You can see how far through I am. And I quickly realized that this book, this beautiful, beautiful book, I need to read this when I can have a quiet, calm space without all of the background noise. This is a soak in all the feelings in a quiet space so that I can feel it all, not a take along on my vacation book for me personally. So I did not read very much on our trip, but I am on page, what am I on? I'm on page 112 and I have already teared up multiple times. This book, so far, the way that it's talking about friendship and death and guilt and dreams, it's so good. If I'm already tearing up this far in, we'll see if I am a wreck by the end of it. But suffice it to say, I am definitely enjoying this and I should definitely finish it in July. At least that's my plan. Now, last month, this is the book I unwrapped for my physical TBR, Bronte. I think I read one chapter. I think this is going to be a DNF. Every time I look at it, I just kind of don't want to read it. And I've said before, I'm not a huge fan of historical fiction, but I guess I have to clarify because I have enjoyed some historical fiction. I don't care for historical fiction that is primarily made up. I want historical fiction that is 98% historical fact and maybe 2% embellishment. And this book, from what I'm and obviously, again, I only read the first chapter, so I could be off base. And if you are interested, don't let me put you off from reading it. But just from the descriptions and whatnot, it seems like this is more just conjecture about what the Brontes' lives might have been like. So I'm pretty sure this is going to be a DNF. I'll probably take it to a little free library and see if somebody else might be interested in it. Now there's this. This is on my 40 before 40 list, and I started this, I want to say in like February, maybe March, maybe January. I started this early in the year. Can you guess how much I've read? I think I'm on page like 40. Why? I don't know, because I absolutely was enjoying the writing style. I'm super intrigued by one of the characters in particular, and I don't know if I'm just intimidated because of the length or what. There are 365 chapters, so I was like that. If I wanted to, I could read a chapter a day and finish it in a year. It was definitely going to be my reading it throughout the year type of book, and it's July, and I have only read 30 pages out of a 1,400 page book. So I would like to get back into it. I'm not planning to finish it in July. I don't think that that will be feasible for me, but I want to get back to this and take it seriously because I'm enjoying it and I would love to finish it by the end of the year. Now, this book I just picked up from the library yesterday, and that is Great Big Beautiful Life, sorry about the glare, by Emily Henry. I am nervous about this because I have heard a lot of people don't care for it. So I'm very curious. I haven't started it yet. However, I think it's just interesting to note. I feel like overall, Emily Henry's books have been very hit or miss for me. I have loved 2 of her books and really not liked other books, but it's very interesting because a lot of what seems to be some of her favorites overall from her fan base are some of the ones that I did not care for, and one of my favorites seems to be one that a lot of her fan base does not care for as much. So I'm like, maybe that means if most people don't like it, maybe y'all love it, but you just never know. And I really want to like it. So I'm trying to temper my expectations before I dive into it. But hopefully I can finish that this month. I feel like her books just feel like fun summer reads is generally the vibe, so hopefully I can get through that this month. Okay, now for the part that has caused so much chaos on my last 2 TBR videos, and I know I talked about wanting to do these dice rolls and all of these things, and I just spent some time thinking today about what I want that to look like. In an ideal world, I would have the books that I'm currently in the middle of, and my initial vision was to have different color dice representing the different lists I'm working on. So a dice for my 40 before 40 list, a dice for my stack of books from my sisters where we did our Christmas book exchange, possibly a dice for my wrapped TBR, the diversity book bingo that I am working on. So that was my initial idea. So to roll, each dice color would represent one of those lists, and I would roll a dice to see which book, I would read from that. But very quickly I realized that I think that'll be too overwhelming for someone who is primarily a mood reader. On average, I've been reading, actually I don't even know the actual average. I feel like the last few months I've been reading 8 or 9 books. So if I have 4 books determined for me, that's half my TBR, and that just was starting to feel very overwhelming. And like, what if I didn't like the book and now I'm stuck and now I have to read it? And just that mental pressure where even though I know like no one's holding me to this, I don't have to read it. I don't like having something that feels started that I don't complete. And if I start a book on that list and then I'm like, no, now's not the time, and I shelve it, it'll make it that much harder later to come back to a book I've already started. So there's that. Okay, so what I think I'm gonna do is not do the dice thing. And I don't know that this will be very interesting viewing. Not as interesting as the different colored dice part, but I'm gonna try it and see how it goes. I think what I'm gonna do is do a random number generator for my lists. So my wrapped TBR, my 40 before 40, my books from my sisters. What about the diversity book bingo? Okay, yes, that's what I was thinking. So spin the wheel or random number generator between those 3 to see which list I'm gonna pick from. If I get my wrapped list, so number 1, then I will pick a paper like I have been doing from my wrapped TBR. And if I get 40 before 40 or books from my sisters, then I will do another random generator to see which specific book on that list. And then, because I really want to be intentional on the diversity book bingo, I'm gonna see if those picks will fit any of the prompts on the diversity book bingo. And if they don't fit into any of those, then possibly picking a book specifically for the diversity book bingo. That is the plan. And if I need to fine tune it and do something different yet again for August, I certainly shall. Technically, I've read 2 out of the 8 required books for my 40 before 40 list. So if I want to finish the list by the time I turn 40, I need to read 8 books a year. I've only read 2, so I need to read 6 more by the end of the year. I think I still have 5 books. My stack is upstairs, but I think I still have 5 books left from my sister's Christmas gift exchange, and 14 more prompts for the diversity book bingo. So I think it's gonna be okay for me to pause my wrapped TBR, or at least leave it up to chance if the random number generator chooses that list. Okay, so we'll just try this. We'll see how it goes. So if I get a 1, that is my wrapped TBR. If I get a 2, that is my 40 before 40 list. And if I get a 3, that will be the book list from my sisters. Okay, let's see. It's a 3, so that is from my sisters. I will go get my stack and bring it down here, and I will be right back. Okay, I have my stack, and great news, she said sarcastically. I don't have 5 books left in the stack, I have 7. And it's July. That's fine, it's fine, it's fine. So here is my stack of the books that I have yet to read. So I am just gonna put 1 through 7 on the random number generator and count whichever number I get. Okay, so let's see what we get. Number 2. Okay, so counting down, 1, 2, and I am actually so happy about this. The emotional craft of fiction. I'm very discouraged about my writing right now. So I think this will be so great. I am really, really excited to get to this. This is gonna be awesome. Okay, so now let's go back to the random number generator, back to 3, and see what other list to pull from. We didn't go. List 3 again, which I mean, with only 3 numbers, like, what is it actually gonna be? Sure. Okay, so let's see again. But now there are only 6 books in the stack. Let's see what else I get. Number 2 again. This randomizing is going so well. Okay, so let's see, 1, 2, and it is the Book of Gothel, which I am excited about as well. I know let's see, I think it was the Quick to Judge tag where I went through the first paragraphs of several of these books, or all of them, almost all of them, to choose one of my reads. I read The Paris Apartment that was on this list through that tag, but this one was really intriguing to me as well, and I thought this would be my top pick in that video, and it ended up not being, so I am excited to get to it now. Okay, so let me just look really quickly and see if either of these will fulfill another prompt on the diversity book bingo. For another reading event, does this count as a reading event? It's my own reading event. I don't think that counts. Okay, I don't think that either of these, I mean, we'll see if one of them makes me laugh and I can include it in the laughter category, but I don't think offhand that it will fit any of these prompts. So I'm also on hold at the library for Piranesi, which is on my 40 before 40 list, and it will work for my diversity book bingo for the prize winner category. So let me see, I think I'm number 1 in line at the library. Yes. So hopefully I will get that soon from the library, and hopefully I can read that as well in July. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think I'm going to call that good. So here's what I have so far. My Friends, Great Big Beautiful Life, The Book of Gothel, and The Emotional Craft of Fiction. And hopefully Piranesi will come up as well from the library. I am happy with this. I feel like the last few TBRs, I don't know, I've just been a little stressed, I guess. So I think that this feels very good, very doable. And if I read more than this, then that either leaves space for mood reading, or if other books come up from the library, or if I want to just on my own pick a book from one of my other lists. So that's my July TBR. Yay, I'm so happy. And I'm happy that it was not quite as chaotic as the other TBRs from the last couple months. And I am pleased with my book stack for the month. Let me know if you have read any of these books and if you have, what your thoughts were on them. Also, let me know in the comments, what are you most looking forward to reading in July? And I hope you have a fabulous reading month. And until next time, happy reading.